had a very interesting dream last night. I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about it. I have not been writing down my dreams as I used to because um, I used to write down my dreams, but now it's just like it's hard sometimes when I get up. I'm not in the mood. I'm tired. I don't have a book next to me. So when I was in Texas, I was writing down my dreams like all the time. So I have to get back. But this one I remember. So really quickly, I woke up. It was like a theater. I was like backstage with other friends, co-workers, and across the screen, we were like in a theater. And at first, I was in the audience, and across the screen was going all of the names of our ancestors. And the name of my ancestor came up, and it was Celia Cruz. And so when the name of your ancestor came up, you were to get up and walk to the stage. So that's what I did. I see Celia Cruz. It came up in red. I got up and walked around to the stage, right? Um, and it was crazy because I was outcast in this dream because um, everybody, all the women who were going up, everybody who was getting ancestors called were women. And everybody who was going up to the stage um, were being paired with a partner. They were being paired with a man. And I was fully expecting. I remember when they called, I seen Celia Cruz's name. I went to the stage. I was fully expecting to see, who I was going to be partnered with, or whatever. And when I got to the stage, they put a dog in my hand, like a really skimpy, mangy kind of dog. And my first feeling was embarrassment because I felt like here everyone else is getting a man and all I'm getting is a dog, right? But I took it in stride and in pride. I took it and I still smiled. I was like, and the dog was like screaming and squirming. And there were two, I guess, people that I work with that were also next to me that was presenting me with the dog. One of them told me to start dressing more sexier, and the other one just looked and smiled. And that was that, right? So a few other things happened. The next part was really interesting. So we went into another room, and it was like a tribal ceremony started happening, like with the drums and the dancers. And I walked into the room from the east, I guess, I don't know. I walked into the room, and I facing like that one, facing to the east, I guess. And then I seen like two women in tribal thing with like tribal markings on their face and like straw, um, you know, bra, and like they had those two big, those things they hold like a symbol and when they're like beating, But anyway, like two Aztec women came out. But one of them, the one closest to me, she didn't have eyes. It was like she had a long face, but no features on the face. It was just like a long blank face. But by the markings and everything looked Aztec. And they performed a little dance or whatever. The next part was very, the next part was such a message, a prophecy. It was, so meaningful. So the number 444 has been repeating for me lately. My name in Hebrew is fourth, since I'm a fourth child. The other day when I was at my brother's house, I woke up at 4:44 p.m. And in this dream, so when you have like I was having like a sleep paralysis where I was like waking up, but I couldn't, that feeling of being held down, trying to open your eyes, but being so overpowered by a heaviness that you can't open it. It's like someone's like shutting your eyes and you're trying to open it, that type shit. So, but in the dream, it was like, what do you call it? Not a lucid dreaming, but is it lucid dreaming? Fuck. What's the dream when you out of body experience? I think that's it. But it's like when you're awake in the dream, you know, and you know what's going on. You know you're dreaming. You know, like you have control in that dream. That I had control in the dream of what to do. Powerful astral projection. I think astral projection. So, um, in the dream, there was a shed that this person was in, and like at my old house in Harvey, when I was younger growing up, we had a shed in the back of the house, in the backyard. But I saw this man. He looked like a cartoon. Like he was very vivid. He wasn't like us, like how we're a color or we're called colors, right? But I'm brown skinned. Someone else is like pale complected. Someone else is like yellow. Someone is like ebony color. Like this person was like look like a cartoon character. Like because everything on him was so vivid. Like he had a hat on, and like his skin was like a orange tan color. If I had to pick a race, I wouldn't even know what race because I couldn't tell. It didn't look like, you know, he looked like a cartoon character, like a hat and a suit, but he was so vivid. And he was coming out the shed, and he said to me as I was passing, he said, no women will have boys, or no women will have men, something like that, you know. No women will have boys. And I remember thinking in a dream, my mom has boys, my cousins, my aunts have boys. What are you talking about? But if you think about it, none of them have husbands. Now, you know, my mom, my aunts, my grandmother, it goes back generations. All the women in my family, on my mom's side of the family, are almost cursed with not having a successful male figure in their children's lives and in their lives. They're always cheated on, lied to, left to support the kids, picking the wrong men. And I feel like whoever that thing, I think that person was an ancestor and possibly put this curse on his own bloodline for whatever reason. Maybe he had something to gain from it. Maybe the curse was placed from someone else that wanted to get revenge on someone thousands of years ago. But it was like all the women in my family were cursed for generations to not have men in their lives, you know, to have the men abandon us. So the good news is that I set him on fire, which is very powerful. You know, fire is an element, you know. And I remember I was not scared at all. I was not scared. I seen a gas can, and I set him on fire. I remember going back in the house, coming back out and looking at him burning. And I was not afraid. So I feel like I broke that generational curse on my family, the women in my family, the Pablos, Barrys, you know. I feel like I broke that curse and whoever put it on us, you know, so that we will be able to have, because us not having good men in our lives has ruined our family structure. It's ruined our generational wealth, you know. We've grown up in poverty. We've grown up lost without the mother and the father. So I feel like I did heal something, and I'm a soldier. I'm a warrior, you know. I've been fighting a lot in my dreams. I've been going through a lot of spiritual warfare, but the most important thing is that I'm not afraid, you know, because I know I'm protected, and I feel like this is my fight, you know. I'm here to heal my family for the future generations.